going to get started, as always, with our student creed. So, feet together, hands by your side. Repeat after me. I'm a dedicated martial artist. You're going to step out. You're going to turn. High block and punch. Aya! Say, I must develop myself in a positive manner and avoid anything that could reduce my mental growth or physical health. Number 2, you're going to turn towards me. You're going to make an X. You're going to bend that back knee for a close kneel. You're going to low block. Aya! Repeat after me. I must develop self-discipline in order to bring out the best in myself and others. Turn your belly button towards me. Bend both knees for a horse stance punch. Aya! I must use common sense before self-defense and never be abusive or offensive. Bring your feet together. Chop high. Aya! Winners never quit. Quitters never win. I choose to be a winner. You're going to step out, horse stance, chop, aya. This is a black belt school. We are dedicated. We are motivated. We are on a quest to be our best. Asa. Ready. Set. Courtesy. So this month, the star word, the word that you will need to fill out on your star sheets for the next stripe test is potential. Say that, say potential. In last video, in video A, we talked about what potential is. Our potential is the set of gifts and talents we are born with. And to reach our full potential, we have to recognize what those are and work hard on making them even better. So sometimes it can be hard to find what our gifts and talents are, right? To know what potential we have. And last class, I challenged you to think about what kind of comes natural to you when you're taking class. So this can be applied to outside of karate too, right? Like when you're in school, when you're helping out around home, when you're going out and about. What are the things that you like to do? What are the things that come kind of easy to you? What things do you enjoy? These are the things you want to think about because those are areas that you might be more drawn to, and that's where your potential lies. So what's going to happen, I'm going to put some music on. I want you to either pause the video and get an adult and talk about what are those things that interest you? What are those things that you're good at that you think you have a lot of potential in? And if you don't have an adult nearby, I want you to close your eyes and reflect on that while the music's playing.
Down, down.
is intensity. Say that, say intensity. And intensity, we will be getting a red stripe for at the end of the month because red represents fire. And fire is something that is intense. So you may be thinking, well, what is intensity? So I actually wrote a list of all the things that intensity is, and I'm gonna read it off to you because it's so many things. Intensity is torque, which is that twist, that rotation, like when we talk about power. Intensity is speed. Intensity is breathing. Intensity is lockout right after the point of impact on a target. Intensity is awesome stances. Intensity is proper movement. Intensity is focusing your eye and the weapon on the target. Intensity is pretty much all of the things that we've been working on through all of the other months. Intensity is showing how serious you are about those things. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna teach you some 2 combos, and then you're gonna have an opportunity to work on your intensity with those combinations. All right, so the combination we're working on in class today is going to be our axe kick and a back fist. So I'm gonna go over the different ways that we can have intensity with the axe kick and back fist, and then I'm gonna challenge you to practice this with different principles of intensity. So whenever we do any kicks, we should always have our hands up. All right, we don't wanna sprawl out like this. We keep our hands up by our face. For our axe kick, to do our chamber, it comes up just like a front kick chamber. But instead of staying towards the target in the front, we're gonna bring it across our body to the left. All right, so do this with me a couple times. Hands up, just bring your knee up across your body and put it back a couple times. Good, let's do one more. So that's how we bring up the chamber. Now remember, part of having a good or having an intense kick is that movement. So we're working on the movement right now. When we bring our knee here, our leg's gonna come all the way up as high as we can get it. It's gonna go across and come straight down. Just like if you were chopping a piece of wood with an axe, that's why it's called an axe kick. You're driving your heel into your target. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like all put together. All right, another thing that I said was a part of intensity is breathing. So to add breathing into this, you're going to breathe in. So breathe in through your nose as you bring your leg up. And then when you bring it around, you can start to breathe out. And part of breathing out, part of when we kia is breathing out. So breathe in when you bring it up, start to breathe out, and then continue to breathe out the rest of your air when you kia. So it looks like this. Aya! All right, let's do that with me a couple of times. Ready? Go. Aya! Go. Aya! One more. Go. Aya! Nice, and freeze right here. Now we're gonna do a back fist with our front hand, which is your right hand. So you're gonna point your elbow towards the target, and then you're gonna use the back of your fist to hit. It's gonna come straight out. All right, our other hand stays up in guard. So same thing, after you land, breathe in, and then breathe out, and kia when you hit. So in, aya. All right, let's do just the back fist 3 times. Ready? 1, aya. 2, aya. 3, aya. Good, now let's add that combo together. Every time I say go, you're gonna do a front kick and a back fist, and then step back. Think about those principles I just showed you to have intensity, all right? Ready? Go! Aya! Aya! Go! Aya! Aya! Go! Aya! Aya! And time. So, the the intensity principles I want you to focus on when you're doing that technique. I'm gonna tell you 3 of them. We did just go over them too. That's what I want you to practice with. So you can keep switching, like practice one and another and the other and go back. Or you can practice using one principle a few times, then switch to the next principle, then switch to the next principle. I don't care how you do it, you just need to practice using all of the principles and focusing on that for a little bit while you're practicing your combination. So the first one is movement. Making sure that your body is moving the way that it's supposed to. So we focus on that chamber, how we bring our leg up and around, how we bring our arm up, where things are pointing, what is hitting what. That all goes into intensity with movement. We also talked about hitting the targets, right? I told you you're hitting with your heel coming straight down. So where are you making an impact? Where is that point of impact? When you use your back fist, you're using the back of your fist to hit the target. And lastly is breathing. So where are you breathing in? Where are you breathing out and kiaing? If we stop breathing, if we're ever in a fight or in danger, you're gonna pass out. So we need to practice our breathing. It's very important. So those are the 3 things you can focus on: movement, point of impact, and breathing. And that's how I want you to bring intensity to this technique. You'll have about 3 minutes, you'll hear the music, and have fun.
Y no retorna. Ama, que la vida es corta y no perdona. Canta, que los recuerdos siempre son un viaje. Baila, que el tiempo es tiempo y no retorna. Torna, 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 torna. Tiempo y no retorna.
So we're in the forms portion of class. What we're gonna do is go over the form in detail, and I'm gonna tell you some of the ways that you can be showing up with intensity when you're practicing your form. So make sure you pay attention, because after we go over it together, you're gonna have some time to practice and pick and choose which things line up with your potential. See what I did there? I brought the star word and the stripe word together. So you can show up to your form with intensity where it feels good for you, so that you can reach your full potential with your form. All right, so feet together, hands by your side. Action, karate, form 3, ma'am. Horse stance, ayah. And remember, right when we do this very first move, we're elbowing back. All right, so we're thinking about driving our elbows into a target behind us. And we want to have an awesome stance. Remember, stance was one way that we could show intensity. Move number 1, we're going to do that block across with our right hand. So we're going to go into a front stance, left leg bent, right leg straight. We're going to block down across using that solid part of our arm to block. Make an X, right hand's in front, and your knife hand chop with that right hand. You're going to turn, go the other direction. Awesome front stance, nice slow, and controlled block. Make that X, knife hand chop. Then you're going to step up with your left foot, bring your feet together nice and close. You're going to do that cup and saucer block, or cup and saucer hidden technique on your back hip. You're going to step out with your left leg into a deep horse stance and a back fist. Then you're going to step forward with your right leg. You're going to go to another horse stance, punch. Your left leg is the one that's going to step up behind, make an X, and you're going to drop down with your right hand for a descending back fist. Then without stepping, you're just unspinning. You're going to do a spin, back fist. Don't move your feet. You're just going to rotate your hips to a front stance. So your left leg's bent, your back leg straight. You're going to do a punch. You're going to turn those front toes, your left toes. Your back leg's going to come across. It's going to roundhouse kick as you go to land. You're going to chamber and chop. Set, victory, humility, courtesy, man. All right, so we just reviewed the form. Now what I need you to do is pause the video and get an adult if they are available. What you're going to do once your adult is here is you're going to be practicing your form. You're going to tell your adult, say, hey, I'm going to show you my form with intense stances. Then you're going to do your form with intense stances. Then once you do that, you're going to do your form again. Pick a new way you can show intensity. Say, hey, I'm going to show you intensity with my breathing. And then show them where you're breathing in and where you're keying. All right, so that way you can focus on one way to have intensity, show up with your potential, and have your adult help hold you accountable for doing that throughout the whole form. All right, so now's your time to show off, bring that intensity, and show how awesome you are.
Everything seems like a city of dreams. I'll never know why, but I still miss you. There she's standing in a field of lights. I close my eyes, but I still miss you. I still miss you. I still miss you. she's standing in a field of lights. I close my eyes, but I still miss you.
Alright, so now it's self-defense. First self-defense is hidden sword. Say that's a hidden sword. Remember, it's called hidden sword because we're hiding our blade that we turn and strike with. So someone is choking us from behind. If you can visualize someone like this from behind me, choking me. We have our hands up, we say, I don't want any trouble. The first thing we do is take that baby step, hide the sword. Remember, when we take a baby step, we're just moving our foot forward. We're not leading with our neck because then we would be choking ourselves. Then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn and strike their hands out of the way. We're going to follow up with a punch and then end with a kick. And then we want to get out of the way so they can't grab us again. So we're going to do our 1 step in front, 2 step out, keep your eyes on that target, step around, and bend your knees, kia. All right, so let's go through that one more time. This time I'm just going to say go. We're going to do the whole thing together before you practice. Hands up. I don't want any trouble. Go. Baby step. Hide the sword. Turn and strike. Punch. Kick. Cover out. 1 step. 2 steps. Hiya! All right, now that we reviewed our self-defense, you might have to pause the video again if your adult went away. Ask your adult to come back. And same thing, you're performing for your adult. You're showing off your self-defense with a part of intensity that you want to bring. All right, so again, tell your adult, hey, I'm gonna do my self-defense and I'm gonna focus on breathing. And then you show them where you're gonna kia and where you're gonna inhale, so we don't forget to breathe. Or you're gonna say, I'm gonna focus on how I'm hitting my imaginary target when I'm doing my self-defense. All right, whatever it is, you're gonna tell them, they're gonna help hold you accountable as you show them your self-defense.
Gonna get you better run, yeah. Gonna get you better run, yeah. It's 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 gonna get you better run, yeah. You take me higher, 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 higher. You take me higher, 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 higher. You take me higher.
it down. Loving you is as easy as just 1, 2, 3.
Gonna get you better and better and yeah. Gonna get you better and better and yeah. It's gonna get you better and better and yeah. It's gonna get you better and better and yeah. It's gonna get you better and better and yeah. It's gonna get you better and better and yeah. It's gonna get you better and better and yeah. It's gonna get you better and better and yeah.
So we're going to end class, as always, with our principles of being a black belt. So feet together, hands by your side. I'm a dedicated student of the martial arts. And I live by the principles of being a black belt. And they are integrity, concentration, perseverance, respect and obedience, self-control, humility, indomitable spirit, knowledge, power, black belt, courtesy. Give yourself a hand.